की इमोर्टलिटी की बात कर रहे हैं. व्हाट इमोर्टलिटी आर टॉकिंग? राम, कृष्ण, बुद्ध, जीसस, नानक, they were not able to sustain your body. What immortality are we talking about? Arey, immortality means realizing the presence that I can never die. Coming into the presence, उसके बाद शरीर रहे ना रहे, इधर रहे उधर रहे, फर्क नहीं पड़ता. That is called immortality. असतो मां सद्गमय तमसो मां ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतम गमय. मुझे मृत्यु से अमृतमय शरीर बना दो, यानी बोध दिला दो. Realize me, help me realize that I am not this mortal being that is stuck here and there. I am an immortal being. It doesn't mean I have no death of my body and चिरंजीवी बन के मैं अपना शरीर लेके घूमूं इधर उधर. बहुत सारे लोग ये वासना में अटके हुए हैं. And busy, they are busy chasing Mahavatar Baba to get that Kaya Kalp Sharir. They are busy chasing Shambhala to go and find out where they will be immortal, because they heard somewhere that in Shambhala there is no death. Arey, the astral body has no death. Physical body marta hai. With your people think that physical bodies are going to sustain. Astral bodies can never die otherwise also, with or without Shambhala. भूत प्रेत का भी एस्ट्रल बॉडी होता है, मरते नहीं है, भटकती आत्माएं. दे आर ऑल्सो एस्ट्रल बीइंग्स ओनली. वो कहां मरते हैं? वो भी अमर है, बट दे कांट रियलाइज दे आर अमर. So what we are asking is, give me this bodha that I will never die, means this realization that I am present. Because when you realize you are present, you are mukta. Like Ramana Maharshi, he was mukta right from day one. Sharir rahe na rahe, he is just moving in that old body. It is not an old, from bachpan se wahi sharir mein, but he is a passenger in that. He is not even telling, I want the body this way, I want the body that way. He is simply moving free like a Jivan Mukta, pure presence. No इच्छा, no संकल्प, because no ego. मैं भला करूं, मैं चार लोगों का भला करूं, दुनिया को बचाऊं, शिष्य बनाऊं, दीक्षा दूं, आश्रम बढ़ाऊं. No such tension. He is just the presence. जो बन रहा है बनने दो, जो नहीं बन रहा है नहीं बनने दो. So he was very clear. I am not a guru. I don't have shishya. I don't have ashrams. I don't have anything. I am not linked with anything. Right till the end, he was not linked with anything. But things happened around him. Who came, he was there. Who went, he was still there. किसी को मोड़ा नहीं, किसी को समझाया नहीं. Nobody he called his own. Nobody he disowned. That is Shiva Tattva. शिव भी ऐसी है. See Shiva's nature. पार्वती बगल में बैठी है. Look at Shiva. Look at all the photos. Of course, don't look at today's modern photos. They are romanticizing. एक दूसरे की बाहों में, गोद में बैठे. What all? That's the romantic ideas of romantic latest minds. Shiva Tattva does not romanticize. What is romanticize? When you are pure presence and you feel your body, a freeness, your freedom, you are just enjoying what comes into your mind, what goes out of your mind. You're seeing the world, you're having awareness of the body, awareness of the world, but nothing is being controlled, nor you are being controlled. That freedom, ek Sachidanand ka freedom, that is romanticism. That is romanticizing. He is romanticizing his life. उसको रोमांटिक बोलते हैं. वो पकड़ के धर दबोच के वो रोमांस नहीं होता. That is Shiva Tattva. He is free. So I am Shiva. I am Shiva. Why? Because our nature is that. We want to realize that space, that spirit, that state of consciousness. We don't want to realize somebody sitting on Kailasha. Please. That is ignorance. That is another chase for illusion. We want to experience that state which is his state. That is the spiritual path. That is Sanatan. सनातन इसको कहते हैं. स्वबोध, स्वयं का परिचय. स्वयं की स्थिति का परिचय. What is Shiva Sutra saying? The remembrance that I am Shiva, not trying to become Shiva, not trying to merge with some Shiva. Those are all ideas. The remembrance that I am Chidakasha, but I got stuck in this, and I entered this, and I am now a stuck being. Shiva Sutra is reverse. It illuminates, and you say, what the hell am I doing here? And the moment you illuminate, you are not interested to hold on to anything. The more you give up, the more it goes away, until the final template, or that ego consciousness, Anandamaya Kosha, I amness, that is the final Agyanta. That also, when it is given up, that disappears. That disappearing of that consciousness is called the Shakti merging into Shiva. What we think is, we are Shakti, we are ego, we are going somewhere. I am telling you, ulta hai. Shiva Sutra mein, you understand, you are the Chidakasha, you have got stuck somewhere. And so you let go of that. When you let go, you realize, I am the Chidakasha. They are simply coming in and out of me. That is Shiva Sutras. Which I told many times, the world is not ready for Shiva Sutras. Log sikha rahe, sikhane do. YouTube में भरा पड़ा हुआ है शिव सूत्र. वो another fantasy है, that is not Shiva Sutra. Shiva Sutra which tell you Shiva is somewhere sitting, and then you have to merge with that, you have to become one. We have not caught the point. That is not Shiva Sutra. इसके लिए वो लुप्त हो गया. Sri Lakshman Ji was the last master of Kashmir Shaivism. उसके बाद कोई master आया ही नहीं सिखाने को. Shiva Sutras cannot be taught. I repeat, Shiva Sutras cannot be taught. It can be realized only by the grace of that Shiva. When time आएगा, you will realize it. Without his grace, without his permission, you cannot. And what is that grace? That is purity. Chitta Shuddhi. उसके लिए you do all the paths, you do all the sadhanas, you do mantra japa, you do tantra, yantra, you do all that for Chitta Shuddhi. But those objects cannot give you moksha, cannot give you mukti. You will have to give up that after using it. Like the alum, Pitkari. It removes the dirt in the water and dissolves by itself. Alum. Nityananda talks about it. Be like the alum. The mind is like an alum. The mind is a place where you do nirmalman. When it becomes nirmalman, it is like a fitkar. It's like the alum. It cleans up the whole other koshas. And finally the mind dissolves itself. That is manonasha. What does it say? You use your mind to destroy all the concepts and then self-destroy. Who can self-destroy? When you are aware that even this me is also another illusion. Only that person will be ready to give up that illusion. जिसको पता ही नहीं है वो illusion में पकड़ के बैठेगा. That is the last illusion. अच्छे फंस जाते. Even rishis, yogis, swamis, sadhus, gurus, many are stuck in that. That identity they will not give up. I am a guru. I am a saint. I am someone. Oh, I am someone is still a reflected light. It is not pure light. And that is the Maya ka parko. From there, some might stay in that I am some higher being. Like I am a rishi. I am Mahavatar Baba. That is also an I am someone. But that someone is coming from a very pure intention, pure selfless. Nothing for the self. When you become that, then you are called as the instrument of God. God is using you to play that game, and you have lost your astitva, but you are retaining it just to play the game. Mahavatar Baba is retaining his immortal body just to be a part of that game. उनको स्वयं कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं है कुछ बढ़ाना है, करना है, ये करना है, वो करना है. And that is what a light worker is. When you connect to light, when you become a seeker of light, which most of the teachings what I am teaching here, all of you are light workers. And what I am trying to bring in this wisdom is this, that you are a light worker. And when you realize you are a light worker, You can understand the beings of light, the ascended masters of light, who are in Shambhala. Shambhala is a city of light, governed by the master of light, followed by the people of light. You see, the light workers, the seekers, are following the masters of light in the city of light, Shambhala. It's all light. When you come into the light zone, it becomes very selfless. It cannot be selfish, because if there is selfishness, you cannot become a light worker. If you are not a light worker, you cannot attune to that frequency. You cannot understand that realm of that city of Shambhala, which is astral light. Because when you start coming into that astral beingness, you'll start getting connected to all these realms, these different masters, and those masters play beautiful games. Sometimes from the astral, sometimes the physical. I've been very lucky, very blessed to have both these experiences of these great masters in the astral realm and also in the physical realm. So many avadutas, so many experiences automatically. Not one I have planned. Simply happened in my life wherever I went. And that's not coincidence. That shows there is something higher. Because you are stuck in the physical. One part of you is astral, but one part is still searching in the physical. So it will help you even in the physical to complete your journey. I've seen this very, very crystal clear. They are so unconditional. They don't judge you and say, what are you doing in the physical? Get out of there. Or you want physical? There are physical realms also, because their light is there everywhere. Wherever you go, they will come. You go to the Patal Lok also, they will find you out in some way. That is the unconditional love and light of these masters. They are there. So most of the life we are unconscious about them. We do not know about them. But the moment you start knowing them, the real spirituality opens. And that is where I say the inner guru starts activating. Because the inner guru also is seek raha hai tumko. He's shouting from inside. Where are you listening? Hamara sara indriya bhar hai. Busy catching all the outside gurus and outside teachings and they are not wrong. But I am telling, that shows your level of awareness has gone into the stula. That is why you can only see a stula guru and fall in love with that stula guru. Stool ke bina nahi hota. You need photo, you need idols, you need images, you need a physical body. Then only some spiritual experience will exchange. वो नहीं है तो गया, वो नहीं है तो नहीं है. I'm helpless, I'm flat, I'm on the bed. मेरा कोई गुरु नहीं है, मेरा कोई ये नहीं है. Nobody, I'm lost, I'm helpless, I'm supportless, full of scare, insecurity. That is, you are not understanding. That's because of your awareness has gone too much into the gross. You raise your awareness, help will come from inside and outside. Guaranteed. I can vouch for this. My whole life has been. Guaranteed help will come. Your work is internal. That's all. External meaning internal you have to be connected. Internal you have to make efforts. Internal your bhava. Even if you don't have the wisdom where to go inside, what to do, just practice Shuddh Bhavana, which we did in last webinar. The power of prayer and presence. When you know how to pray, that prayer will reach very easily inside. If you know not Vaikari will still run outside on. If you know Madhyam and Pashyanti, that's enough. You only pray. Don't do any sadhana. Just pray in that way, what I taught in that webinar. Only pray and see how the help will come. Unknown forces will come and support you in the journey. And some or the other way, you will find your way out. Power of prayer. Kuch nahi jama to prayer to hai. Where are we lost? We are never lost. We are never alone. We have not opened and seen because we are in the Indriya. That is why I am telling, get rid of your concepts. In your mind, all those rubbish things which are there in your, so many things, so many philosophies of the outside world which is there, unse bacho. Understand Shuddh Vidya and Ashuddh Vidya. Shuddh Vidya is anything that takes you inward, 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 and makes you realize your own presence, your real Swarupa, real nature. That is called Shuddh Vidya. Anything that takes you outside into your mind, into your prana, into your indriyas, into your physical body is Ashuddh Vidya. What Shambhala masters say very clearly, the teachings of Shambhala masters, clearly they say, anything that is done by selfishness, avoid it like fire. Any bhava that comes for selfishness, avoid it like fire. Because all the sins are committed only when there is selfishness. Something khud ke liye, swayam ke liye, own profit, own benefit. All the sins begin there. And they give you caution against falling a trap and prey into that, which is done today even in the name of Dharma. I heard one of the masters saying once that even the intention to help others might look very divine, but what is the vested interest behind it? Is there a vested interest for the self somewhere, self benefit in some way? Or is it selfless? Because if it is selfless, the fundamental is very clear. You help others, help will come to you. You bless others, blessing will come to you. You need not think of yourself first. You do and it will automatically happen. And that person said, even if somebody builds an ashram, thinking it is going to help, but inside it is to collect money, इससे बड़ा पाप नहीं है. The larger scale you do, the more impact it has. What is the intention is all that matters. So in the light work which is there, please understand, it is very selfless, it is egoless. If it contains ego, it is not light work, it may appear as light work. So if you appear, if you behave, if you pretend like a light worker, but inside if it is impure, you will get masters also that kind. Beware. Because in the astral field, there are all kind of beings. Behrupiya wahan pe bhi hai. Knowingly, unknowingly, you will get connected to those beings only, thinking it is some great experience happening. Because यहाँ मैल है, वो मैल वाले लोगों को आप कनेक्ट करेंगे. उसी टाइप का एक नया illusion game will start. That is why we say self-introspection, sincerity, total pure intention, total honesty चाहिए यहाँ पे. That needs some work. I have seen some even best of seekers are there who have good intention, but at times they are not aware. They overlook it. Because many areas their intentions are good, they continue, but in some areas where the introspection is absent, it might be vested interest, but they continue generalizing it. Oh, Shuddh BHAVANA, अरे सब कुछ भाव, अरे उनका भाव देखो शुद्ध नहीं रहेगा. बताने वाला कौन है? सुनेंगे किसी की वो, जो अपनी नहीं सुनता वो किसी की सुनेंगे. Very dangerous those are. So you can take this as a clear message of these great masters of the ascended astral beings. Shuddh BHAVANA.